Alright, we're back with more Great Ace Attorney 2. I'm uh I'm trying out something a little different for today's episode. Um I don't really know how to describe it, but basically we're playing I downloaded this program today called Lossless. I think it's called, what's it called? Lossless something. I don't remember. Let me look. Lossless scaling. Yeah. Um, Basically what it does is it makes games run with more frames. So I'm running Great Ace Attorney supposedly with 60 FPS. Because I found out this game is actually capped to 30, surprisingly. It looks pretty good for 30 FPS though, but we're going to be enhancing it. So I'm gonna test it out for this episode, see if I like it or not, and if it looks good, I'll keep it. Certainly, my lord. Oh my god, look at these frickin' jokers. So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Names? We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us. Bro, this guy's got like a frickin' clown like face.
We're just free and easy. Sell what we like. Live where we women live.
Or wanna live. Oh, women live. Wow, great. I'm so good at reading. Wait, this guy was in the last game, I think. I'd give him all a vacant stares. They walk down Fresno and spit a few words with a verse for them. Ah, would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street? Heh, everyone calls me gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passerbys, you know? Jaunty little tidbits? Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your ginnel it is. 6 pence is the price, and not a penny less. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now? Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested. Try the man.
Give him the money and see what it is.
Pay the man, counsel. Alright. 6 pence it is. You won't regret it, sir. Now got your listening ears on? Just between us, a young couple in Slate Street have just had twins. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? He wants to spread, but that's a bit up to you and your mouth, of course. I've got more, you know. Want another juicy one? 6 pence a piece it is, if you're curious. Bro, this is like that fucking guy in, what's it called? You know what you know what he's like? He's like fucking wonky. You pay him like 3 coins, and he gives you some random info. Or no, it's 5 coins. Yeah, I think, yeah. I am curious, yes, but what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours? Namely that unusual bruise or whatever it is, poking out from under your collar. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. I was so focused on how fucking clown face he looked. What about the next witness then? What name do you go by and what do you sell?
Me? I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit?
Yeah, you look a little too much like Red Riding Hood.
I sell these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids.
Isn't that illegal?
6 pence a pop, what'd you say?
You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell?
Oh yeah? The second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers.
Wow, I think I know where Jimmy Hopkins got his firecrackers from then.
Especially when I tell them that if they get 100, they could blow up the school.
Not the most savory of ideas, young lady.
What do you say then, eh? Want to part with 6p for a pop?
Wait, what? You want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you could blow up the whole courtroom.
Try the woman.
Give her the money and see if she's right.
Pay the woman, counsel. Will it blow up my courtroom? Alright, I'll buy one.
Lovely stuff, right then. This is something a bit extra just for you. The Venus Special, only 600p.
600?
It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there?
And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey either. Yeah, you'd be like that one guy in Dual Destinies. Oh, okay, I have that as evidence now. Cool. The Venus Special Firecracker consisting of 100 smaller fireworks at 6p each. What sort of a bang could it make? And the last witness, what name do you go by and what do you sell? Think of all sorts of thoughts. Think, therefore I am, therefore I think. Because I stand there on the street watching the world go on about me, they call me the Observator. The Observator. Get out of it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich and you know it. So, you don't actually sell anything. A problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. I give advice, I do, and I think what it means. I don't actually sell anything, though, come to think of it. Pity. No more purchases today, please. Well, we're having quite a cast here, it seems. They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning till night, my lord. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene. So we got Red Riding Hood, Clown Man, and Old Bobby. I see. Unless they heard the gunshot, I suppose. Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime. We'll all be beggared, I thought, just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw.
What I think is, if all we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real? Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident. The witness's account. We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went into the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened. I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
I was scared half to death, me, so I ran off to find a copper. Man, we got, like, the biggest jokers of all time on the stand here. If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building?
Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Baroque Van Zeeks. I've seen pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folks love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already.
But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it.
All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Of course they are. They're small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
Oh, there's the big-ass scroll again. The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased.
And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we?
It's Hugh Boone.
The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
No.
Thank you for your candor, my lord. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses.
Yes, my lord. In a close court like this without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow. I mean, the judge is usually the one that has the best opinion anyways. Like, all the other fartknockers are there. Half of them want to just go home, so they don't give a shit. And the others are, like, biased and whatnot. I don't know.
Hold it!
When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and defendant Lord Van Zeeks?
I suppose so. Likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty.
Well, I'm gonna, there are a bit of graphical errors going on. I don't think this game works very well with the 60 FPS after all. You notice the guy's sign? It's kind of like glitching out over there. Hang on, is that happening on the stream too, or is that just on my end? Yeah, you can, it's definitely noticeable. Alright. I'll turn it off then. Well, it was worth a try, right? But, I don't want the, Here, let me switch over real quick. Where is a Great Ace Attorney? Eh. There we go. Alright. Well, I figured I'd give it a try, but it's a little too, it's not perfect yet, obviously. Keep in mind, guys, this program is, like, obviously a lot of it is AI, and, you know, I know we all hate AI slop here, right? But I wanted to see how it looked with a game like this, because it looks better with, like, Paper Mario. Because I tried it out with Paper Mario earlier, and it looks pretty damn good on Paper Mario, like, damn well flawless, but for this game, it's a bit, it's a bit less good. Alright. Okay, alright, I was reading this.
I'll tell you one thing, it was the old Reaper that went in at last, that's for sure and certain.
Just behind Inspector Gregson, did they arrive at the same time of each other?
No, not at all. The first fella must have gone inside in good 15 minutes before we heard that gunshot.
The victim arrived 15 minutes before? Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Am I sure? Am I sure? Does it seem likely that I've forgotten a fella with a bright red hair like that, does it?
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, his hair was really red, wasn't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even.
That fiery red mop's still bent on the inside of my eyelids, it is.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead?
Weren't you listening, chum? Aye, he was a redhead, and he had a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
Seems likely the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party.
No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct.
What?
Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene.
The fuck? Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, alright.
And a red hairpiece.
Ah.
Of course. We saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
I still refuse to believe that Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. He was probably trying to, investigate that, like, Red League or whatever the hell it's called, right? So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that?
The collar does seem to suit the man, one might say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please, counsel.
Photograph of the victim. Photograph or print of the victim, Inspector Gregson. His body appears to be tightly curled up and there's a red hairpiece on his head. He's wearing like Lego hair. You know? How do I call it? You know how in like Lego games you can like make custom characters and you can put the, like those hair pieces on them? It's basically that. Or like when you kill a guy in like Lego Star Wars or something, and his freaking hair falls off. And what became of the trunk that red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. So it just disappeared? What? You expect us to have been watching the building every second, dear?
We definitely saw him in the dock go in, though. No question about that.
Alright. Hold it! We're holding that. By which presumably we mean the gunshot.
I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building. Yeah, I mean, how do we know now that it was, you know, your fireworks and not a fucking gunshot? Because they make the same goddamn noise, pretty much. It's like, there's a thing exactly like that in, Ace Attorney 1, where, like, there's a sound, there's a big bang going off, but it's actually, like, fireworks instead of a gunshot or something like that. I don't remember how it went. By the way, I'm not trying to spoil anything anyways, because I know everybody hasn't played Ace Attorney 1. Well, actually, why would you be watching Great Ace Attorney if you haven't watched Ace Attorney 1? I don't know. There might be some people out there who haven't. I don't know.
That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang, it went. Just like that.
I mean, hey, maybe some people want to play Ace Attorney in chronological order, so maybe they want to play Great Ace Attorney first, and then they play, like, the mainline games. I don't know. Well, he's the Reaper, and he is what the French call a fait accompli. When the Reaper's around, people are going in the ground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it? I think we got the message. The Reaper couldn't allow the Inspector to live after he discovered the secret hideout. There can be no clear motive for the crime. Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive. Great. And at that point, you ran inside, isn't that correct? Okay. And then we have old man over here. Is that actually what his name is in the court record? Why'd I do that? Bro, I was trying to look at my fucking, like, evidence, goddammit. Pressed the wrong damn button. That's even more embarrassing than me accidentally pressing the X button all the damn time. Whoops. Yeah, time to press the right damn buttons. Okay, so what I wanted to do was... I wanted to, wait, can I not look at it here? I don't think I can look at I don't think I can look at people right now anyway. Oh my god, we have so much damn evidence now. Look at that, we have 2 full pages. Okay. Well, let's actually press this, because that's what I wanted to do. Okay, now I can look at people. So are these fart knockers in my inventory now? Gossip, Venus, and Sandwich. Wow. A peddler plying his trade on Fresno Street. He seems to make his money selling interesting items of news to passerbys. A peddler plying her trade on Fresno Street. She seems to make her money selling meager little fireworks to children. And he looks somewhat familiar somehow. Yeah, we saw this guy in the first game. I completely forgot this guy existed. Oh yeah, by the way, here's Osogi. My best friend, who I had believed to be dead. He lost his memory somehow, but now is materialized as a prosecutor in the British courts. Gregson's dead. Barry Caden. Seems he was good friends with Professor Mikotoba during the Japanese man's time in Britain as a visiting student. Daily Vigil. Daily and Evie. Evie, I don't know. Man who's disappeared without a word to his family. He was the former chief warder of Barclay Prison. Yeah, he's not dead, he's just missing. She asked the great detective held trapped down her missing husband. And there's Gina Lestrade, there's Van Zeeks. There's Strongheart. Oh, I didn't even notice Jigoku and Mikotoba are a court record, too. He's an authority in forensic medicine, Suzuto's father, the minister and foreign affairs, and a judge of the Supreme Court of Judicature in Japan. He's the man who acquitted me when I was once accused of murder. How often does the judge get to be in the court record? Actually, actually, wait. No, I think that happens pretty often in Ace Attorney. I think it's just in this game, it's kind of a weird, you know, happenstance that the judge isn't in the court record. Because I'm pretty sure in mainline Ace Attorney games, the judge is in, like, the people section. And the judge always has, like, a huh next to his age. So when Gossip ran out to see what happened, did you go too?
Well, me, I'm a bit hampered, see? All the signs of that, I can't move very well. You were way behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand.
What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before?
I'm not anybody, me. The signs are what makes me who I am now. I signed, therefore I am.
So, you weren't employed as an omnibus driver, just on the... Oh! Yeah, he was an omnibus driver. I forgot about that. I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot.
Turn down King Henry Street, and the Black Widower's arms just there.
Oh dear, you've made him hide behind his sign. Did that actually update his people section now? No. That'd be funny, though. Life is full of surprises. And it's also full of chocolates. Wait, that's not how that goes.
Hold it!
So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right? Were you the guy who screamed?
That I was. Kicked the door open like a professional I did, and yelled out, "What's going off here?"
Lord Van Zeeks claims all he heard was a man's scream, though. And was it dark inside the room?
No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall.
Really?
And there was a feather claps on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside.
Ah, I see. Even though Lord Van Zeeks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall, well, who do we trust, Van Zeeks or some random fartknocker?
The next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body. The accused, Baroque Van Zeeks. That's right, Paleface Reaper himself. Was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm no lily-livered coward. I stood me ground and gave that Reaper a cold hard stare myself.
Okay, you have something to say.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? I can't get over that name, Mr. Sandwich. It's not his fucking name, but I don't remember.
There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am, just 2 slices with no middle. So I don't know what you could want with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is, we're all nothings, really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers. That's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich. When he said the Reaper, he fell clean off on his backside.
That's it?
Oh, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret. He screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all 4s. That's all I wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is this true?
The floor was dead slippery, that's why. Planted me hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Ugh.
What? A pool of blood?
Listen here, even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold hard stare. Don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand?
I did, It happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? So I was scared, slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we?
No, Mr. Gossip. I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony.
Oh, if I must. The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once.
Yeah, you can't go high and shit, man. You quickly wiped it off on the floor. Do we have anything to prove otherwise? I don't see anything like that. Is that what I need to press? Maybe? Well, let me press it anyways. And also, maybe I should press the last statement just for fluff. You wiped your hand on the floor.
Well, who wants blood on his hand, eh? How horrible stuff. And they might have thought I'd done it. No tar.
And you didn't think that might be a problem?
Does it really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor? They'll get cleaned up in the end, won't they? Don't make such a fuss. That's the message from all of us. Is something wrong, Counsel? No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about a bloody handprint on the floor, that's all. Don't come at me with all that. You can't intimidate me. I know what I did. I wiped it off. On the floor. The blood.
I wonder, could that be what happened? Mr. Naruhodo, I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just uncovered a vital clue. Okay, so that's clearly the one we need to present on, but I'm gonna press this one anyways. So you didn't run into the room with your friends?
I'm not that sort of girl.
Sorry.
I'm a timid little thing, me. I was too scared to go in there.
Ah, right. I see.
Oh, Lippy and the witch ran in there, and then I heard a sort of old lady scream.
Well, that wasn't me, I swear. If I were a gentleman, I'd stake my honor on it.
I wondered what on earth was going on.
Well, we already know that it was him who screamed, though. Which is when you went and found a policeman.
And I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner. So I brought him straight back to the police. Didn't I do well, eh?
Just between us, the copper's eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the Reaper. I've never felt more uncomfortable in all my life. And the defendant was arrested on the spot, I believe. Considering the catalogue of killings the Reaper carry out, it was a particular inauspicious end.
If I can't find any holes in this testimony, I'm afraid the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Mr. Naruhodo. Truth is, though, their combined testimony is fairly damning. Oh no, here we go with the damning evidence again. Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problems with the statements, do there? Still, if Lord Van Zeeks really is innocent, then I'm almost certain that we'll find something in there that doesn't quite add up. You don't think that one of these three could be the true culprit, do you? I don't know. I don't know. Where's my I don't know sound? Oh, I don't even have my soundboard open. Dang. I think it's like 5K or something. Let me see. Want a soundboard? Open.
Koopas. I don't know.
I don't know. That's my exact reaction. What I do know is that there's more to this case that has yet to be brought to light. Yeah, literally, too, because of all the frickin' candles. Alright, so it's the fourth statement, I think. I'm gonna save, though, just because. Alright, so... I just present the picture, right?
Objection.
Oh. Nope, that's not it. This last statement is clearly contradictory in a number of ways, I think you'll find.
In a number of ways, you say?
That's right, my lord. In a number of ways. Perhaps it would serve you well to concentrate your efforts on one contradict at a time. Oh, fuck, it's not that? Okay. Well, that's the thing. There is no, like... There is nothing on the floor. Also, we never actually examined this gun properly, did we?
So this is the type of revolver that's standard issue for members of the judiciary, then? Yes, and when I asked about whether the records are kept about their met who they're issued to, I was told that for the past 5 years they've been engraved with a unique serial number.
Oh, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun.
Which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that.
Okay, interesting. Is there nothing else I can examine with this gun? Do I need to examine this again? Maybe we'll, maybe it couldn't hurt to see what the key looks like again. I don't suppose there'd be blood on here, would there? Okay. Yeah, oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I didn't even fucking examine the hair. I've always wondered what the underside of a hairpiece looks like.
That doesn't surprise me at all, Mr. Naruhodo. You always want to see what lies beneath it, don't you?
I'm not sure that's quite how I put it. You must have to use a lot of birdline to keep it in place on your head, so it doesn't get blown off in a gust of wind, I mean. Kinda looks like a blood stain there, a little bit. I don't know.
That might be a little inconvenient when you want to take it off again, don't you think?
Okay, so that's nothing. It is really weird, though. Did I read the autopsy report? Wait, why is the time of death blank? Maria Gori? Oh, man. I don't like that sound. I don't like the sound of that surname. Victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at point of entry. The bullet exited the body from behind. The caliber of the gun used matches that of the standard issue firearms for most of the judiciary. Well, you know, I didn't examine the candle either. What part of this can I even examine? Can I even examine any? Oh, I can examine the burnt part. Ah, there's some black marks here, look.
Yes, they look like some sort of scorch marks.
So perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, do you think? It's only this one candle that's been cracked in half, it seems.
Yes, I think you might be right. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan, so I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable about them.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of forgot to do that. I kind of forgot to examine all the stuff that I have. Oh, the notice board? Oh, there it is.
Oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Oh yes, it's a smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint. There's the blood stain.
And the color. That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear, how disturbing.
Okay, that's what I need to present. Yeah, I didn't even examine any of the evidence I got, like... Wow.
There are details of the whole raft of cases dating back years ago on here, aren't there?
This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age, look.
Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here.
Oh, it's the same red-headed League advertiser that Mr. Sholmes had picked out.
And do you remember? There's a red hairpiece at the scene too.
Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the Redhead League then? I don't know. Hard to say. Okay, what about the firecrackers? All these 3D models, man.
Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? He's staring at the end of a string of fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering if what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like.
Shall we find out?
What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom. Alright, that was a fairly sizable bang.
My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. It sounded almost exactly like...
Ah, it goes off like a gunshot. Yeah, what did I just fucking say earlier? Yep, alright. And I don't think there's anything else to examine, I don't think. Unless there's, like, blood or something on one of these. Nope, okay. And then we have the photograph print. Okay. So, we're supposed to present the thingy.
Objection!
So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that? Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection!
Well, apparently Cosmo thinks so. The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting? If you listen, you'll find out, Prosecutor Sogi. Certainly, there were no bloody handprints found on the floor. What are you trying to say? There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board. Oh, you know what I just realized? It's also really weird now because Ryunosuke doesn't have Kazuma's sword on him now. So he doesn't have, like, he can't, like, put his hand on the frickin' sword anymore. I just noticed that. Because he's doing a somewhat different animation here. Instead of, like, being all smiling and shit with his hand on the sword, he's, like, confident instead. On the back of this notice board. Oh! Oh! Ah, yes, indeed. Indisputably, a handprint is in this distinctive color of blood. Aye, you did right. That's me right hand. I knew it anywhere. Hot actual hero.
Objection!
The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprint on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection!
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plan of the room. The notice board was on the opposite corner of the room of the victim, and in an upright position. Well, somebody could have knocked it over, you know. Even if it had somehow been toppled over and was lying on the floor at the time, it would have been a considerable distance from the body. I fell over when I came across the body, so it was basically right next to the corpse, not on the other side of the room. Well, maybe somebody moved it, I don't frickin' know. In other words, the defense's assertion's contradictory. Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. Wow, he took that one, bro. He did not fucking flinch a single bit. I take it you formulate a proper hypothesis then, counsel? Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene? I have, my lord. The discrepancy between the witness's account and the location of the handprint explained by the board moving, I'm assuming? I'm gonna try that because that's the first thing. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down. Good gracious, so it is. If the witness had put his hand up against the board, the finger should be pointing upwards. What does that tell us? It tells us one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested. Which means that after the incident, it must have been moved. Oh shit, that was the right answer.
Objection!
His objection's really weird. I'm not used to it yet. You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting? Then tell the court who. I don't know that yet. But the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point. And that would be the position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord.
So, Counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the nose board was situated?
Shit. Where could it have been? Can I look at the, no, can I look at the board again? Does it have, like, a bullet hole through it or something? If it had a bullet hole through it, I could maybe, prove something that way. Nah, it doesn't look like it. I actually don't really know. Like, unless there's there's a piece of evidence that says where it could have been. Oh, well, that's just the thing that I'm looking at. Maybe it was right here? I don't know. I'm gonna say because I'm actually pretty unsure. I'm like kind of autopiloting this, so I'm not sure. Is it where Gregson was?
Take that!
It was right here, my lord.
Goodness! No, I'm afraid I don't quite see your logic. I'm disappointed, Ryunosuke. In Japan, we're taught to have patience and respect for our elders. So until his lordship sees your logic, you'll know your place and not move from that spot.
It's so funny when he hits the wall at the same time as the fucking, like, life going away.
How brilliant of Cosmo-sama. That almost sounded unreasonable at first, but he was just thinking of you.
Unreasonable? Try unfathomable. Anyway, I think I have the answer now. I know my place, or rather, I know the board's place. I mean, it's also possible it could be right here. Like, this would also make sense.
Take that!
Oh, okay, well... Man, am I stupid, or what? There's only a few places I can think of that would make sense. It could be in front of Gregson as well.
Take that!
Yeah. Because I actually had the theory that, like, maybe the board was in front of Gregson. This is the only possible location.
Immediately adjacent to the doorway?
If the court will think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark, and he couldn't see the body.
Oh, Bayek!
If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view. Oh, that is a... See, that's another good point. So that just backs up my logic. And the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear dark. Oh, dude, I did not fucking think of that.
Objection!
But the accursed also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him.
That's true. Or, in his precise words...
Ah. Okay, I see. Yeah, because obviously, I guess, like, if the door opened, then, what? Actually, I have a stupid theory. What if, Clown Man, he swung the door open so hard that it hit the corkboard and it fell over? Is that possible? That's a dumb theory, but you know what? It could be true.
I don't know about calling that scream, but he was talking about me and no mistake. 'Cause it was me that kicked the door open.
If you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force. Yeah, so it is. That was it then.
I can't.
The door struck the notice board, knocking it over. Oh my god, wow, that was actually what it was. Holy shit. And making the victim's body visible.
Good gracious.
My client has told nothing but the truth. He simply described what he saw.
Ugh.
Oh, nice flinch.
Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now?
After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it into the position where the police, myself and my colleagues saw it when we investigated the room.
Witness, what have you to say for yourself? And stop those damn violins. What? Me, my lord?
You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board.
The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Hey, stop looking at me with your glasses at me. I get the message. Alright, Clown Man, let's go again. The mystery of the moving board. I don't know anything about that there notice board. Just wipe my hands on it, so. Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with the second years at the time.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
Well, or at some point we're gonna have to present the frickin' the firecrackers. I know that.
So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with the only light of the few candles and an oil lamp I wish to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened.
That's right, yeah. I don't expect to pay much.
It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think.
Do you? Really? In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could have possibly committed this crime is Barak van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact.
Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances?
Most certainly, my lord.
Very well. Then you may proceed, counsel.
Alright, let's frickin' press clown fuck again.
Hold it!
So you admit that it was the board that you wiped your bloody hand on?
Admit it? What's to admit? It's there plain as day for all to see. Smashing print of me right hand.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No, no. Imagine the weight of that great lamp. Do I look like a powerful and well-nurtured man?
Well, did you see anyone else moving the board?
I've got nerves of steel, I tell you, but even I have me limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper standing over it. And there was precious little light inside either. Me bottom lip was all a quiver.
In other words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point.
Yes, so it would seem.
I can't help but notice she's fucking lighting the matches with her fucking ass.
Hold it!
When you say you're doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, though what else? There's the Priory School just round the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow this school to kingdom come. So I've been telling on them, letting the teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. I'm busy. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a guileful goddess indeed.
Well, telling barefaced lies is my kind of thing, really. I'm so good at it.
Oh, he's got to say something again.
Excuse me.
I think she just threw the explosives on the floor. Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
If I said it was, can we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it?
No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts.
Huh?
Let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said, without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. But would those words of his be a lie too? Oh, the truth, in which case, she's not a liar. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you?
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep it on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and send them off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a silently disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
Ah, great, a yandere, my favorite. So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my life, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Old blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else that crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right. That rotten liar over there.
Heh.
Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers pack such a punch?
So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief.
Well, now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps. I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah.
Either you clearly remember it, you don't.
Well, I shall consider it a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you'll immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord, of course.
Alright, well, we gotta press that then.
Hold it.
You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want me advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. Can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about that stuff, you know?
Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So, I did give it the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about.
Right, now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Well, alright then, I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, flip the blasted thing.
You're telling us that you did move that board.
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
You darn bomb port. I don't believe it. That girl doesn't think. So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps, to sell?
Oh, please, I should be so lucky. It might...
The truth now!
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. Bit of a junk like this can't be worth much of you. Ow! So easy, was it? You're the one who took it.
Gina? Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch there, that was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago. The Professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come up the pub.
I see.
I swiped it off him once, and blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Possibly not the best thing to go diving for, then.
It's not all that, though. I took it to Jabez's that night and asked how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Ugh, I knew I should have lifted it.
Wow, we got 4 people on the stand now. That's insane. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh, please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance. I'll swipe it from it if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. Hand the watch to bailiff forthwith. Now, children, watch your manners. Watch there be like blood on the inside of the watch or something. Good lord. The glass appears to be broken. More than likely it shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour 5.
Oh shit. Now we know when he died then, I think. Exactly when the gunshot was heard then. Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course. Well, here's the thing I'm confused about, right? Why does the autopsy report not mention the time of death? That's weird. Inspector Gregson's pocket watch that he wound without fail every day. It's no longer ticking and the glass over the face is cracked. That's very sad, actually.
Well, it appears that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at last.
Alright, well, let's have a look at this watch then. The glass over the face is really badly cracked, look.
What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruto, not an odd job man.
Alright, and what about on the back? Nothing? Wait, this is something. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here, look.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that that sang the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Ooh, okay. Oh, and this. Ah, there's a tiny little key. Oh, shit! There's a tiny little keyhole here, can you see?
Oh yes, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
Looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, you'd need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole.
It'd be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully what we've already found.
What? The policeman figure, right? Alright, so let's just take this. Oh, what's that? But it's tiny though. Not that size. So what is it for, I wonder? Let's examine it again. Miss Suzuto, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
Ooh, this is cool. I knew it. A perfect fit.
And look, the inspector's watch has started going again.
Ah, so it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Miss Suzuto?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I'd better start thinking deeply too. Okay. That's a good discovery. So now we know what this figurine is for. So this is probably this is all the same now. Okay, that's a big deal. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel. Alright, well, let's see what this guy has to say. But you did go to see what happened in the room, didn't you? Fresno Street is my whole world. It's all I know, and I know all of it. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my sign up high. So you did go to see what had happened. It's not the destination that's important, it's how you get there, isn't it? Did you notice the notice board in the room? If you think about it, we're both the same species, aren't we? Both different members of the sign family. So if I spawned it, I might have tried to trip it up and have a sense of rivalry, I bet. Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens, not Homo sinians. Does that mean you didn't notice the board? I can only repeat what I said before. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life. In which case, just who was responsible for moving the nose board? Well, we already know.
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by that? Oh, come on now. Don't tell us you've not noticed. He looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella. But not notice boards, they're the one things he likes. You can see in his eyes. I can't say I'd ever noticed. I'd tell you one thing for free, though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor, or off the Reaper, not for a second. Sorry. Well, I was that scared, couldn't. You never know what a fiend like that might do if you look away, do you? If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board. Aye, that I can. The Reaper did nothing of the sort. I can swear to that. I couldn't have missed it if he'd heavied the thing upright and again and dragged it into the corner. Right. Glad we cleared that up. What happened to the fact that Scream's bored? I feel your pain, Cosmo. And then the last statement's from him.
Hold it!
It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that y'all heard the loud bang, wasn't it? Maybe the notice board fell over, maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over, maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way, because of the gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too. My fate? That's right. The defense is fated to lose, and the prosecution to win. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story...
It may be possible to change all our fates.
Of course, none of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it? Okay, so I already know what to do on that statement. Not much to go on.
As you pointed out, Mr. Naruhodo, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it.
But it did happen after the event, so... Maybe Cosmo's right, and it's not relevant to the case.
But it seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all this.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I have no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track, I can feel it. So follow your instincts.
Alright then. Alright, well, I'm going to do what I think is the correct answer. But I'm just gonna save because, well, I mean, I don't really need to save. I only really need to save when I run out of lives, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So I'm going to present the firecracker.
Objection!
Fuck, that's not it. Damn it. Maybe I need to press it on a different statement then, I don't know. Let's see. I swipe my hand on it. I mean, there is the whole figurine thing. What else can I present? What do I do with this? I'm not sure which statement I should press on. See, it'd be nice if I could, like, press him against, you know, her earlier statement. Do I need to present the pocket watch on something? Maybe I need to... Well, let's see. Maybe I need to present the pocket watch?
Objection!
Okay. There we go. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. Oh. At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. Yeah, like maybe somebody tampered with it. Like maybe they tampered with the watch or something. A key? And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it is in fact still working. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. Oh! Order! But counsel, the watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard that gunshot.
It is exactly the hour. The time that was shown on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection!
No, that doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well.
Yes, that would be entirely reasonable.
But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh, aye.
Well, how'd you explain that?
In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch.
You can't mean?
What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Look at these fartknockers freaking out.
Order! Counsel, that is a most extraordinary claim!
And Cosmo objects.
Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
Well, yes, actually. Oh, well, on that subject, there's something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Suzato. The time of death is not noted. Oh, that's right. Wow, doing that one for me, huh?
Wait a minute, you're forgetting that me legs went from under me when I kicked the door in.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted me hand in a great dirty puddle of blood. Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried, it was fresh. He catches on fast, doesn't he?
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body after...
Does my learned friend think that a fresh blood is available on every street corner?
He's using learned friend as an insult now, that's hilarious. Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. Oh yeah, that is true. I mean, do we have any evidence to suggest it could have been like animal blood or something? We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you're correct. It's beyond our abilities.
So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. It's certainly possible that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all. Yeah, I mean, how can you prove it that was his blood? Exactly.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's beyond question.
Is it, though?
What?
Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all.
Oh, please, what are you trying to say?
Us lot know what he heard. It was that loud bang that came from their room. Now you listen to me. Our street seller's ears are his livelihood.
I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise.
Explain yourself then, counsel.
Oh, here we go. Now's when I present the firecracker. A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with... Where is it?
Take that!
Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot.
Good gracious, the very fireworks that are sold by the witness.
Now, hold on a minute. You saying I did it? My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway. See?
Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. Yeah. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact.
You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene?
I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection!
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Barrett Van Zeeks.
One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See? It's why people like them.
I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Protection.
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned a very useful information indeed. Invention. Something called a time bomb.
Good heavens, a bomb?
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Mr.
Oh. Why did I thought it goes... Why was it in that place?
Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
No, wait. It's the whenever you like part that's important.
A time device?
Yes, exactly. A time device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create a gunshot sound?
Ah, shit. Do I present the watch again? I almost want to present the watch. Well, what else do we have? There is the scorch marks. Obviously it's none of these. There is the frame. The framed photograph. I don't know if that's possible. You know what, fuck, I'm just gonna go with the watch again.
Take that!
You're suggesting this could have been used as some sort of time delay device?
I did think so, my lord. But it's becoming increasingly clear that we've all been very misguided here.
Objection!
Yes, by you.
What?
No, counsel. The time has come for a penalty.
Oh, what? The music stopped, though. No time to clear before the area before the blast. The music stopped, though. Damn you. Well, Can I use the policeman figure? The hair? Can I use the hair as a time device? What if it's the notice board, maybe? Okay, well, if it's not the watch, then what is it? A part of me wants to try the photograph just for shits and giggles.
Take that!
Okay, no, I fucked up.
Objection!
It's so weird the music stops, though. Like, it gives you false hope. Okay, well, now I gotta start save scumming because, yeah. I'm on my last hit point here. Well, it was worth a try, I guess. Well, there is a gun. What about the figure?
Take that!
The figurine, maybe? Nope, okay. What else can I try? Did I present the notice board already?
Take that!
I guess not. Or I guess so, rather. How funny would it be if I accidentally saved in one of these, like, losing situations? Is it the hair?
Take that!
There's no way it's the fucking hair, right? Yeah, it's not the hair. Okay. Am I stupid? Am I missing something here? Nope. It's not. So it can't be the photograph. Can't be this, obviously. It can't be the dismissal notice, either. Actually, wait, let me read this again. No, nothing related to explosions here, I don't think. Did I present the gun already?
Take that!
Nope.
Objection.
Well, maybe I forgot to examine something. I don't know. I already examined everything. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did this already. Is it the candle?
Take that.
The candle! As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in the candelabrum has been blown off. Indeed, because it was struck by a bullet, which presumably passed through the victim. What is the angle here with the candle, exactly? I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible? Why? Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle. There are? Goodness, yes. But is it not the case that there was also scorching marks on the victim around the bullet entry wound? That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target's at a very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. Ah. Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. You're suggesting it came from the fireworks? How could that be, eh? The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks there must have been right next to it when it exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and the firecrackers were joined together. Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at a point part way down the candle. Oh, that's pretty smart, actually. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burnt down along with the other two, until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud bang. That's pretty big brain, I gotta say. I would not have thought of that. And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. Well, what a plot. And this implies that the victim could have died earlier than we have been led to believe, the previous day even? Now just hold your horses. All of us lot here saw the victim going into the building, remember? I couldn't forget that flame-colored hair even if I wanted to. The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this. Ah! Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hairpiece. Someone else? Do you mean to say? It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke. Naruhodo. Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also know the lack of a time of death in this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired. Order! Prosecutor Asogi, what on earth do you mean by that statement? I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary judiciary, are present to observe this trial today. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion of the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But whilst the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it. Well, certainly, I would agree with you. And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carries out investigative work alone. His movements are treated as confidential within Scotland Yard. Within the yard? However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend?
I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating.
Yes, I agree, surely.
My lord, the defense believes it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death.
Very well, counsel. Present your argument to the court. What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior to the incident?
Oh, let's find out. I'm gonna save, though. It could be the photograph. Autopsy. Notice board. A part of me wants to present the photograph.
Take that!
I can't say that I find your answer suggestive of anything in particular. Other than perhaps that it's utterly wrong, that much you have clarified most expertly. What? Congratulations, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. You deserve a reward for that expert display.
Wow, everybody's just fucking, like, dogpiling me today, damn.
That'll do.
Alright, is it the corkboard, maybe? Could be the corkboard, I don't know. Well, actually, there's quite a few pieces of evidence. Maybe the, well, maybe it's the missing guy.
Take that!
Well, shit. I find it funny that whenever you reload... Oh, wait, is it the Red-Headed League? Maybe that's it. Maybe he's investigating that.
Take that!
I believe this red headpiece points to the answer. We might assume that it was a part of disguise used to carry an undercover investigation. Oh, yeah, see, I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that too. It's like, he probably brought that hairpiece to, like, investigate that case.
Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except that is... in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League? So, you'd already worked it out. What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen? The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for grand deception. Deception of what nature, counsel? They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact.
My lord, the defense calls for these 2 men to be summoned at once.
2 redheads?
Oh, wow. Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, so it's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events.
I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us, at least.
The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring those 2 Red-Headed League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Sogi. At once, my lord. Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned.
Okay, that's a perfect time to end then. And we got this really awesome, like, Asogi theme. It's like his theme song, but it's more like evil sounding. I don't know how else to say it. It just sounds cool. All right, well,
I'm kind of hungry anyway, so I'm kind of glad this popped up right around here. So anyways, guys, as always, make sure to like and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to go make some dinner, and then I'm going to go bug Zach and see if he wants to play anything tonight. Whether it be 06 or DBE, I'm not sure. I'll ask him what I'll ask him what he'd rather play tonight. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later, possibly, unless he doesn't want to play, in which case, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Nintendo Direct. Alright, see you guys then.